I've been sim racing for over 15 years across various platforms, and sim racing is a competitive place to be. It's easy to make mistakes, but if you want closer racing, fewer crashes, and ultimately less rage, you must follow a basic set of rules. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 rules that every single sim racer should know, whether you're racing on ACC, iRacing, Le Mans Ultimate, or anywhere really. Let's get to it. So we'll get on to what I think is the most broken rule in sim racing at the end, but first, let's have a look at these ones. For an overtake to be considered clean, you need meaningful overlap, ideally before the braking zone. A good rule of thumb, if your front axle is at least alongside their rear axle before you turn in, you've earned some racing room. If you're just going to poke your nose in, last digs, right after they've already committed to the corner, that's not an overtake, that's a dive bomb. Avoid doing this as much as you can. Nobody likes being dive bombed. Not even you. We've all been there staring in our mirrors, just waiting for that punt to come. If the only way you can get past someone is by hitting them, then you weren't actually fast enough to pass them safely. Punting someone off the road ruins their race, breaks immersion, and usually ends with penalties and protests. Wait for a mistake. Force some pressure. Be a nuisance. And set up the move properly. Bump drafting on a straight is fine, obviously depending on your sim of choice, not in Le Mans Ultimate. Rear-ending someone in a braking zone is not fine. Nobody likes it. It's rubbish. Being punted off will bring us nicely into our next rule. We've all been there. You get punted off, or you dip a wheel in the grass, the car snaps, suddenly you're facing the wrong way. What's the worst thing you can do next? That's floor it and go straight back onto the racing line. If you go off the track, the race doesn't owe you anything, regardless of how you got there. Before rejoining, check your relative, mirrors and your radar. Rejoin parallel to the track and stay off the racing line, and only accelerate when it's safe to do so. Blasting back into the circuit and causing a crash is one of the fastest ways to earn penalties, or enemies. There's a pretty good rule of thumb. If someone hits you while you're rejoining the racetrack, there's a really good chance it's still your fault. The chances are if you panic and rejoin as quickly as you possibly can, that's going to be way more hurtful to your race than it is just taking your time and making sure you don't clout yourself up, or anyone else for that matter. If you do a lot of multi-class racing, this one is absolutely essential. Blue flags don't mean get out of the way immediately. They mean a faster car is approaching to lap you. If you are the slower car, your job is to just be predictable and don't panic. Stick to your line, lift slightly on a straight if you can, give them a bit of room where possible, let them through safely. Don't move under braking or block or do any of that nonsense. Also, there's a lot of responsibility on the faster car as well. If you are creating a blue flag and you are the faster car, the overtake is still your responsibility, and the blue flag does not ever give you the right to dive bomb someone. Blue flags aren't optional, and they're not a challenge. They're simply about respecting the race leaders. And here we go. Easily the number one broken rule in sim racing, in my opinion. Almost always when there's an incident on track anywhere, you'll get yellow flags. Yellow flags normally mean danger ahead. An incident, a stopped car, or debris on the track. Under yellow flags, you should never overtake, and you have to reduce your pace enough to react safely to whatever the problem may be. It doesn't mean slamming on your brakes, but it does mean being ready to avoid a spinning car or someone rejoining badly. A yellow flag equals caution. There should be no overtaking, and your absolute number one priority at that point is not lap time or position, it is purely survival. So there we go. What do you think is the most broken rule in sim racing? I'm definitely on the yellow flag, foot to the floor, not lifting at all. Now, I'm not saying I'm not guilty of breaking every single one of these rules. I've broken every single one multiple times. But if we just reminded ourselves of these rules every now and then, you'll just have a better, cleaner, more fun experience. You'll be a more respected sim racing driver, and you'll be welcome in any community league. If this video was at all helpful or insightful, leave a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you think is the most broken rule in sim racing. I'll see you on track.